Hey guys, James here again, and this is going to be what if Luffy was like you. If you guys don't know who you is from the webtoon The Boxer. I recommend it. It's very, very good. I'm gonna put it at least. I want to get an anime. I want to get an anime as well. Like, if he doesn't get an anime, I'm gonna be very, very disappointed. Like, God of High School and Nothing Ordinary deserve animes. So yeah, um, this one basically Luffy's going to be aged up to the age of Ace, and Luffy is not going to have very much emotion. So in this one, Luffy's gonna be a lot more stoic, as you in the Boxer is awfully. In more recent webtoons, you kind of scared off a kid by being by being very depressed. Yeah, you scared a kid off by being depressed, basically. By explaining, but basically everyone's gonna die at some point. So the kid kind of ran away. So Luffy's gonna kind of just be a very negative but strong person. So yeah. So when Luffy's born, he's born very stoic and just very emotionless. When Garp has him, he knows that Luffy doesn't really have interest for anything. As he's talked to Luffy about being a Marine, Luffy said no. Yes, he said, "Want to be a pirate then?" Luffy said no. Revolutionary, no. Bandit, no. Luffy doesn't want to be anything. He just wants to get on with his life. And Garp can somewhat respect that. So yeah. And in this one, Luffy's not going to be he's not going to want to be a pirate. He's going to be basically an unintentional pirate. Like, basically just out at sea being strong, and then people just join up with him somehow. We're gonna start when Luffy's in the bar with Shanks, and Luffy is just there with Makino, and Luffy, this one, villagers kind of like him. Like, they're scared of him, but they like him. And Shanks actually tells Makino, kid seems kind of like just scary, as Makino would explain. For some reason, he doesn't show emotion. He doesn't like to. And Shanks would ask Luffy why he doesn't do that. Luffy just says there's no point. He doesn't really feel excitement. He doesn't feel anger. He doesn't feel sadness. He doesn't need to show emotion because he doesn't feel anything. And Shanks is like, I guess that works. If he would actually offer, he's not gonna offer Shanks the chest. It's Shanks' chest. He's gonna hold it up to Shanks, saying, "What's in this?" Or Shanks would say, "A devil fruit." Makino would kind of laugh, saying, "No, saying those don't exist." As Shanks would just open the box and hold one up, saying, "Yeah, they do. It's right here." So Makino's just gonna be in horror that there's actual devil fruit on our island. Shanks said, "Yeah, I found it like 10 meters away from the dock." So Makino was just like, "Oh no." So yeah, he'd actually offer it to Luffy, and he would say, what does it do?" And Beckman would actually be reading a devil fruit encyclopedia that has the devil fruit in it, and Beckman would say, "I believe that one's called the Gomu Gomu no Mi." Um, there's one user, but it wasn't very long. They died after doing something stupid. So, yeah, they had for like a week and they died. But basically, what it does is turn your body into rubber, or give you the properties of rubber. Luffy then says, "I'll try it out." As Luffy would just grab it and bite it. Shanks would then say, "It tastes bad, right?" Luffy just says, "I don't really care what it tastes like. I just want power." As Luffy would just then see the bandits, and he could just sense the bandits are coming in for trouble. Luffy just then throws his armor out as hard as he can at the bandit, and the bandit's face is just like punched in as the bandit passes out. And Shanks would then say, "Seems you already have a good control on it." Luffy then says, "Yeah, the key is just focus." So yeah, Shanks would then leave, after giving Luffy the straw hat, as he can probably sense, Luffy's gonna go out to sea. And Luffy didn't say he's gonna become the king of the pirates. He just said he's going to be superior to everyone. That's what Luffy's goal is. Like, he wants to let it be known he's superior, but he doesn't want to be anything in life. He wants life over with and to be at the top, one way or another. So Shanks just said at some point on your way to the top, give me the hat back. Luffy then just says, "All right then." So yeah, and Shanks set that goal for Luffy. Luffy needs to make it to number one somewhere, be it Marine, Pirate, or Bandit. So yeah, even if it's to be a king of a country or a revolutionary, I don't really care. Yeah, Luffy, Garp comes back about a month later. See Luffy just like just doing some basic punching techniques on like a tree. And Garp looks around. There's 4 fallen trees. As you can just instantly tell, Luffy's brute strength is knocking those trees down. And he'll examine each one. There's around four fist imprints on each tree, and the size of Luffy's fist. And from Garp's experience in the Marines over the years, he can easily tell these were launched from a long distance, and some of them were from up close. And asked Luffy how Luffy did this. Luffy then just says, that's a weird greeting. Because Luffy just then throws his arm back using Gum Gum, and he just says Gum Gum pistol, and launches it straight into the tree and punches it. Garp asks where Luffy got a devil fruit, and Luffy would then just say, right here, Shanks. Garp will then try and say, did you get that from him? Luffy then says, yeah, I guess. He kind of just gave it to me against my will. Garp chuckles, saying, I'm pretty sure it wasn't against your will, since you didn't say yes or no. Luffy then says, I didn't say yes, but I didn't say yes. That doesn't mean I said no. Garp then says, yeah, you have a point right there. The Garp then says, you want me to destroy it? Luffy instantly smacks Garp's hand and says, no, if the Pirate King had this. It's like a memento. Garp then laughs, saying, fine. As he'll then ask Luffy to show him all the techniques he has with his devil fruit. Luffy then says, can I use my Gum Gum pistol on you? Garp would then say, yeah, go ahead. Because Luffy would use Gum Gum pistol and hit Garp in the stomach. Garp would slide a few inches and say, wow, that's some force behind it. Luffy then just gets ready with both his arms and says, Gum Gum Gatling. And starts barraging Garp. And Garp got sent back around 10 feet. And Garp does then rub a few bruises on his chest and say, that has a lot more force behind it. So yeah. And Garp would then say, I'm going to take you to meet some kids. And he takes Luffy to meet Ace and Sabo. And the same greeting will happen with Ace beating on Luffy. Luffy not even caring, would just wipe it out his face, look at Ace, and then just kick dirt in Ace's face. Ace being mad will kind of jump down and just hit Luffy in the head with the pipe. But then he sees that Luffy just grabbed the pipe and just holding it before Ace can even just launch a full arrowless attack. As Ace is like, damn it, as he keeps trying to use all of his force to hit Luffy. Luffy having none of Ace will just grab Ace's head and just throw Ace away from the pipe. Garp just chuckles, saying, alright, you two, break it up. As Luffy said, I wasn't going to fight him, I was just getting him away from the pipe. As Luffy just throws it into the woods. Ace then said, damn it, old man, who'd you bring here? As Garp said, it's my grandson, Luffy. And as Luffy doesn't. I'm gonna say Luffy gets the scar at some point in the story, because Luffy needs the scar. It's not Luffy without it. Yeah. So Luffy would be introduced to Ace, the bandits, and yeah. Luffy just Garp left. Donald would try to set the rules for Luffy. On first rule, Luffy just instantly, very bluntly said, "Shut up! I don't want to live here. You don't want me to live here. Just help me build a hut outside. I'll live in there." Donald just says, "Fair enough." As she instantly starts having the bandits help Luffy build like a small shack. She says, "How are you gonna hunt?" Luffy just then throws his hands in the air as high as he can and grabs a bird and then brings it back down. I'm not even questioning it, just says, "Alright then," and walks away. She's about to ask Luffy how to start a fire. As she turns around, she sees Luffy starting a fire with the twigs. Now Luffy's just roasting a bird for lunch. Ace would then bring Sabo over to meet Luffy, and then they'll ask Luffy how old he is. Luffy just then says, "I'm 10. So are you? So are we. As Luffy then says, "Do you guys need something else?" As the bird's completely done, Luffy had it plucked and everything. Luffy takes a bite out of it, and Sabo says, "Well, Ace told me how strong you are. I want to fight you." Luffy just then notation, throws his arm back, and Sabo's like, "I'm ready for this one." As Luffy just punches Sabo. Well, Sabo will think it's coming from the chest, but Luffy just arches his fist up. I want to say he actually extends his Sanji extends his hand and just hits Sabo in the head with it. I had to clear my throat there. Luffy then extended his hand and hit Sabo in the head with it, and Sabo thought it was going to come for his chest. So yeah. Later that day, Sabo and Ace would then ask Luffy what he wants to be when he grows up. Luffy just then says, number one in something. Pirate King, Fleet Admiral, King, Revolutionary Army Leader, something successful. That's like really anything successful. That's it. He just then holds up a hat and says, "Yeah, the person that gave me this just said, give it back when I'm strong, when I'm something of the best, or when I'm the best at something, or at least when I'm number one." As if he just puts the hat on his face and starts sleeping. So the nation just chuckles to themselves as they move the hat to try to like draw Luffy's face. Don't say they have like markers or mud. When they remove the hat, Luffy's just staring at them as they just turn back away and just lay down as it's like 8 p.m. So it's not late, but they want to go to bed. Luffy wakes up, his face is not covered in mud. And, yeah. So, when Luffy, I guess, ends up... Should we fast forward around 3 years? So when Luffy, Ace and Sabo are not 16. Wait, I have to be right back. Right. So when Luffy and Ace and Sabo are about 13, they're wandering the forest, and that's when they go into the Great Terminal. Luffy starts collecting valuables as he runs into Blue Jam pirates. And Luffy has just been training in basic boxing techniques, as just like mostly it's MMA. So Luffy knows basic boxing. He knows kickboxing. He knows karate, and he knows taekwondo just from sparring a tree. And one of the Blue Jam pirates is going to look at Luffy, who's about like 5'6", being 13, and he instantly sees Ace and Sabo behind him. It's the Bandit Sensei. Not the Bandit, Blue Jam pirate Sensei. So you're with the best that rob us all the time. Well, we've been looking for them for quite some time. So I guess I'll take out their newest member. He's about to swing a sword down Luffy until Luffy just grabs the blade and just the guy's like, wait, what the hell? As he sees Luffy just overpowering him. Luffy starts crushing the blade as the blade just shatters with Luffy's 2 fingers. As being very confused, Luffy just cuts his arm in gear second and decks the guy. And Luffy just says, "Hey Sabo, you guys want to finish off that crew here now? So Sabo will pull out like a tiny dagger and say, well, not tiny. He's gonna pull out a dagger and say, yeah, why not? Ace is holding out his pipe and says, yeah, sure. As he just starts running towards the Blue Jam pirate ship with Ace and Luffy. No, Ace is running toward the pirate ship with Sabo and Luffy. And Luffy's obviously the faster one, as human. But this time, once Blue Jam can hear running, and he looks up the ship and he's like, "What? There's those brats." Until he'll just feel a fist in his chest, and that would be Luffy's gum pistol, just making a crater in his chest. Luffy pulls his fist back as Blue Jam just died right there. Luffy then grabs Ace and Sabo and throws them through the cannon windows in the ship. And next thing you hear is just Bandit screaming in terror as Sabo's stabbing and Ace is beating. And Luffy ended up breaking Sabo's pipe during training at one point, so Sabo's not going to use dual pipes, so yeah. And we're going to cut to when all 3 of them are 17. Sabo didn't set sail as Luffy was there. It's just Luffy spent more time training, and Sabo wanted to get in on that. When they're all 16, Luffy just wears this black jacket, not his usual red one. He's just still stoic as ever, and he actually has a bounty. Some marine came to the island, started messing with Luffy while they were drunk, and Luffy beat the living hell out of him. Luffy has a bounty, and one of the bandits actually got one up on Luffy and stabbed him in the face. It was the first time anyone saw Luffy show emotion, as he grabbed the marine's neck and snapped it. He pulled the knife out of his face as it made a U shape under his left eye. And killing a marine and beating up 2 others would give him a bounty of 15 million. So yeah, and Ace and Sabo, they helped beat up the other 2 marines, and that would give, actually Luffy got a bounty for killing the marine at 15 million, and they gave him a durability increase on that one for getting stabbed in the face and living. So yeah, Sabo and Ace for helping beat up a marine, they have 5 million berries. Bandits are already shocked that Luffy, Ace, and Sabo already have higher bounties than them off an accident. So yeah. When they're 17, they actually start exploring the island, and they meet the old man, who's in the middle of setting sail. Luffy then extends his arm and grabs the ship. And later he grabs like the hole and pulls it back into shore. As long as he's like, hey, what gives? Luffy then says, hey, old man, are you sure you should be setting out to sail in this new era? This man says, I'm not planning on fighting. I'm planning on learning more about what's going on in this world. Luffy then says, well, you seem like you know what you're doing. Would you mind helping us? As they start explaining what they want to do. Then he says, well, looks like you young men don't need any training, as they all have invisible haki and some extent of good observation. They don't know conquerors. They don't know that, and they didn't have the Great Terminal Fire happen to them. Like, what I heard about it is just Sabo didn't go back to being a royal, as the Blue Giant Pirates weren't there to make the deal. So, the Great Terminal saw the fire. It's just Luffy, Ace, Sabo, Dodon, and her bandits weren't involved. So yeah. The little man will start actually telling them about the Grand Line, and he actually gives them a map of it. And they actually agree to have a duel over it. The one Luffy just puts up one fist, they instantly just feel a rush of fear. As when Luffy looks up, they just see red in his eyes. Then Ace holds out his pipe and jumps at Luffy. And Sabo does the same with a sword. Luffy just jumps, kicks Sabo on the head, then he kicks off Sabo's head, and that pushes Sabo to the ground. He'll grab the back of Ace's shirt and slam Ace into the ground. As only Ace recognizes Luffy does not show emotion as he fights, but he can feel in his eyes. Luffy has a burning passion for fighting, like he loves it. So when Ace is knocked out just from sheer impact, Sabo does not learn as he rests at Luffy again. And if you guys recognize this lyric from a song, just comment it down below. This will be using just say to Sabo, I have more power in my index. As Luffy extends it as fast as he can using the second and hits Sabo in the gut with it. And the speed and impact knocks Sabo out. So yeah, Luffy will pull his finger back. He'll kind of chuckle to himself, saying, I guess I get the map. And so the man would then say, actually, if you'd be interested, you can take my ship. You can take it. Reason's gonna say thanks, as he actually will get on the ship and set sail. And this one, Usopp is going to be aged up as well, as I like aging up the 2 younger members of the Straw Hats. Besides Chopper. Chopper can stay 15. Until the time skip. If you don't age up Chopper 1 year, he's 16. So yeah, Luffy sets sail, and Usopp looks how he does after the time skip, like he's actually pretty buff. It's just he doesn't have Kabuto or the same sniping skills. He just has a little bit more muscle mass. So yeah, if my hair is messing up the mic, I'm sorry. Luffy will set sail on the old man's ship after Ace and Sabo wake up, and yeah. And he did get enough food. He got some sake and everything. They're good. Luffy's first stop. Oh, yeah. Also, Luffy's leaving like 3 years earlier. So some of the stuff that's gonna happen does not happen in canon. Actually, no, a lot of it would actually happen in canon. Just everyone's younger. Wait, actually, interesting topic. Luffy's the only one I'm gonna keep aged up. Yeah, Luffy's Ace's age. So Luffy's 17. Usopp is actually 14. Chopper is going to be 12. Nami was 18 when the story started, I believe. So Nami's going to be 15. Yeah. Oh yeah. Age consent in Japan is like, it's like 13 in some places. Pretty sure some video goes to 15. We don't know where in the One Piece world like the story is. Like we know the races or like the ethnicity of the Straw Hats. I'm pretty sure Luffy's Brazilian, Nami's Swedish, Robin is Austrian, I believe. Brooke says Usopp's African. Oh yeah, Zoro's the only Japanese Straw Hat. Yeah, Zoro's the only Japanese Straw Hat. Ironically, Chopper's Canadian. So yeah. For safety purposes, you know how I am with One Piece What If and Luffy with women. So Luffy's girls are gonna be aged up a bit. So Nami's gonna be 1 year older. She's 16. Sorry about that. Like small details, that long detailed thing. Yeah, Luffy's at sail, and this time he runs into Alvida pirates when they don't even have Kobe. They don't have him yet. So there's like a small time pirate group. The bounties less. They're like around the 30,000 rate. Like they don't have high bounties. So, and then they think they're pretty tough as they run into Luffy, and they just see some bored guy on a ship and they recognize him from the wanted poster. Alvida and her crew will jump on Luffy's ship, and they just say, "Fight me." In a blink of an eye, Alvida has all of her men knocked out, while Luffy's not even in gear second. As she instantly just knows, she picked a fight with the wrong guy. Luffy just grabs Alvida's neck and throws her into the water. He's not gonna kill her. So yeah. I don't think it was specified how long Zoro was lost at sea. Like, Zoro wasn't even a pirate, he was just lost. So yeah, Alvida wouldn't. I'm gonna say Alvida's crew would not start as. Yeah, Alvida's crew wouldn't start. I'm pretty sure Alvida wouldn't start after getting her butt whooped in the blink of an eye. She's like, nah, I need to train. Like I need to be 100 million berry bounty worthy. So, yeah. So Alvida wouldn't be training. While Alvida would be training, she wouldn't start her crew. So Kobe would never get on the wrong ship, as Kobe would still become a Marine in a healthy way. So when Kobe became a Marine, he's actually healthy and not small and malnourished like he probably was on the Alvida Pirates. Luffy will get to, I'm gonna say, Shell Island. I believe that was the name Morgan was on. I'm pretty sure Morgan had his iron job like 3 years ago still. So let me check that. Okay, about the Shelltown arc. About the Shelltown arc. So Luffy. So this one, Luffy was born 3 years earlier, and a lot of the stuff would happen a lot earlier, and everything would be different. But Morgan, I can't find anything about when he got his axe hand and his iron jaw. Like, the closest age I found was when he was 39, and that would be currently. So I'm gonna say Luffy runs across Kuro in the middle of Morgan getting his iron jaw. So Luffy actually sees ships in a fight during the night while he's sailing, and Kuro will just see like a ship like sailing by, Kuro, thinking it's a threat, will jump onto the ship, holding Morgan. You see him, so Luffy just jumps down when he like drops his anchor. He jumps down and sees some Kuro members just jump at Luffy. Luffy will see members of Kuro's crew jump at him. You're not having any of their BS, just straight up just go basic punches and kicks on them. Not even, he's gonna use basic kicks, not even pulling his hands out of his pocket. Because Luffy is like just, Luffy kind of like has a Bartolomeo style. He'll just wear a basic jacket, shirt like the chest open, no shirt, no matter the weather. Like Luffy just likes that style. So yeah. Once Luffy just gets past all the guys, Kuro's just me in horror as he's standing on a Marine's jaw. Well, he doesn't really care that there's a Marine under him. He knows who Luffy is, and Luffy will be the man with the 15 million berry bounty. As Luffy currently has a higher bounty than Arlong, and Luffy currently has the highest bounty than the East Blue. We'll say Arlong has a 10 million berry bounty, and Don Krieg. I'm gonna say Don Krieg is like a 30 million berry bounty. Luffy has the second highest bounty in the East Blue. And Luffy's strength isn't told to be monstrous, it's just told that he killed a Marine. And Kuro just says, it's not really too impressive, I can do the same thing. So Luffy just says, alright, well. And then Kuro just starts saying, why are you here? We're not doing anything to you. Luffy just says, yeah, and I was napping on my ship and the screams of the Marines disturbed me. Which Kuro just says, the screams of the dead disturbed you. This Luffy just goes gear second in his hand. I'm say he puts the fist up in the basic boxing stance, and Kuro's like, oh, what the hell are you doing? Luffy instantly starts Kuro and just starts barraging him with punches to the face. By the time Luffy's done, Kuro's face is beyond recognition. And Morgan just on the ground panicking. He's like, oh god, thank you, saved my life. We not wanting to have any appreciative from a Marine. I'm gonna say Luffy. Never mind. Luffy just kicks Morgan in the head and knocks him out. He jumps back onto the ship as he sails away. He jumps back onto the ship and sails away. And Luffy wouldn't arrive at Shelltown. He'd actually go past it. And Zoro is not there, so it wouldn't be too bad. And Nami would not be at Shelltown. So yeah. So we're going to get to Luffy getting to. So Buggy wouldn't be at the village. I don't know where Buggy would be. I'm gonna say Luffy actually gets to start village first. Like the village that Luffy was at first. That village is safe as there's no Buggy. Shelltown. No tyrant named Morgan. So yeah, I'm saying Morgan. I'm pretty sure Kuro just made Morgan evil, just like crushing his jaw and making him lose his hand. And Morgan knows Kuro's probably dead now. So yeah, pretty sure Morgan would just be a little bit angrier. He gets to start village and gets off the ship. He's not meeting with Usopp. He's actually meeting with a scared little boy named Usopp. Like he's not meeting with the grown man. It's like he's meeting with a scared 14-year-old Usopp. He's like holding up like a slingshot to Luffy, saying, "Get off my island, you pirate!" Usopp will fire a rock as Luffy just smacks it away at lightning speeds. As Luffy just says, "Relax, I'm not here for a fight." As Luffy just jumps up like the cliff, and Usopp is just like. As he sees there's like a 40-foot difference between the cliff and him. Luffy just then turns around saying, "Do you need help up?" Usopp just then nods slowly as Luffy just extends his hand to the ground. Usopp is going to be impressed but not going to question as he walks up Luffy's arm. And Luffy is just talking to Usopp as Usopp just explains to Luffy who the village belongs to. At this point, Kai's parents are not sick, and Kuro would not need to invade them as Kuro is dead. And Luffy is not against having young kids on his crew. Like, it wouldn't be a crew. Luffy just knows someone's probably going to join him along the way. when Luffy's in the village, he examines. There's some protectors of the island. They have some like kind of martial arts. Luffy just stop in the studio and learn them. They're not too hard. They're not too strong. They're just martial art. So it's like a small martial art. It usually involves like tackles and just holds. And this would be, I'm gonna say judo. I'm gonna say Luffy learns judo from the island. And Luffy does not need physical training. He already has a large amount of physical body strength. He just needs agility training. So yeah. Actually hold up a bounty poster of Luffy's 15 million day bounty. It does not say 15 million, it says 30 million, as Luffy was reported to beat up a bunch of Marines on the ship, and then kill Kuro. Usopp just in amazement and say, "Let me join." Luffy then says, "Fine, damn it, you can be the first mate." Usopp's like, "Oh, hell yeah." And so he's not too mad about that. Luffy then says, "You're not allowed to fight. You are an apprentice. You are not fighting anyone." And Usopp's like, "Aww." He's kind of upset that he can't fight. And Luffy has some common knowledge not to let a 14-year-old fight grown men and women that are out at sea, possibly with devil fruits and horrifying weapons. Like he knows not to let Usopp fight. Yeah. Syrup Village. The arc after Syrup Village is just Baratier, but yeah, let's just have him go to Baratier. Actually, wait. I'll make this work to where you find Zoro right now. Luffy's settings is like kind of just exploring. He runs way to Baratier, and then he bumps into a small ship, and that would be Zoro's. He's gonna be wonder what he bumped into, and he sees like a boat the size of a kayak. He sees a sleeping man in it. Luffy just then extends his hand and flicks Zoro on the head. Zoro will wake up saying, "Huh, what the hell?" He looks up to see Luffy. He says, "Oh, I bumped into you while I slept." Luffy just then says, you can climb aboard my ship and take a nap somewhere else here, so it's not clear not sleeping on wood." Zoro just then says, "I'll take that offer up." As Zoro just jumps onto the ship. And Zoro will not be wearing the same traditional canon clothing. Actually, I'm gonna say he is. Yeah, Zoro. You should say Zoro's wearing like the gi from his dojo. He's wearing that. He's not wearing the top, just like the lower half, as he's not really a student of the dojo anymore. Zoro lays down on a bed, and Zoro was 19 when the story started. Minus that by 3 years. So Zoro would be 1 year, 19 minus 3, 16. Yeah, stupid. He's 1 year younger than Luffy. And Zoro would then see a young Usopp just actually doing push-ups downstairs. Zoro would then ask Usopp who he is. Usopp would then just be scared, and he's like, "Hey, who are you?" Zoro then says, "Oh yeah, the guy up there offered me a place to sleep." Usopp would then say, "I'm the first mate, Usopp. I'm also his apprentice." And Zoro just then says, "Oh, yeah, by the way, your form's all wrong." As Usopp is like not even doing push-ups, he's humping the ground basically. That's when Usopp's not even doing push-ups. So just then start doing push-ups easily in front of Usopp, as Usopp will start copying Zoro. So yeah, basically Usopp's gonna he's not being raised as a pirate, but he's going to adapt to a pirate lifestyle at a young age. Well, he was young in canon, but he's gonna be even younger. So Luffy's ship would eventually get to the Bratier, and Luffy would drop the anchor. The ship does not have any money on it, by the way. So Luffy has like basic pocket cash, which will about money converters. You need that. Okay, so Luffy has basic pocket cash, I'm gonna say, so about 25,293 yen. So that would be about $240. Luffy has that much, he basically has that much money. And so if you want to put that into euro, basically one berry would be 1 yen. So you can use like yen and euro. Compare that. Basically, it's $240 on him, and that would be enough for like a small meal for him, Zoro, and Usopp. They have some food, just not enough for all of them, as Luffy still has the same big appetite. So they go inside. Luffy would actually order himself a giant piece of meat. Usopp would get some ramen, same with Zoro. Zoro would just Zoro's too young to drink, so he's not getting sake. And Zoro was just yeah, Zoro's just gonna get sake and ramen, and Usopp's just gonna get ramen. Yeah, and Sanji would instantly realize those two are younger than Luffy, but they're on his pirate ship. So Sanji would assume they're his apprentice. They're his apprentices. And Sanji's actually gonna walk up to them and ask if they're Luffy's apprentice is. Zoro would then say no, he's just a camper. But Luffy would then look at Zoro saying, "I'm buying you food, so the least you can do is become my apprentice." And Zoro would then say, "I guess I'm his apprentice now." And Luffy said, on top of that, I'm letting you underage drink. So Zoro just then says, he's the cool master, I guess. He's the cool master. And then Usopp says, "Wait, no fair. You're not letting me drink." As Luffy then says, "Usopp, you can't even legally work." And Usopp then just gives Luffy a look and says, "Yeah, fair point." And Usopp goes back to eating. And Sanji would actually ask Luffy if he knows what the All Blue is. I'm gonna say there's been a few Marines that stopped by, and some of them are cooks on Marine ships, and they've talked about the All Blue. Luffy then says, "Oh yeah, it's that like giant cook dream, right? Like if you're a cook, that'd be your dream." Sanji then says, "Oh yeah, you do know what it is." So Sanji then looks at Zeph as Zeph is watching, and Sanji hesitates, but he just says it. He says, "Can I join your crew as a chef? And you can tell me if I'm find All Blue, and I'll help you accomplish whatever goals you guys have." Luffy then says, "Zoro, what's your goal?" Zoro says, "Number one swordsman." And Usopp will then say, "Hey, help you reach your goal, then meet my dad." Luffy then says, "Alright, my goal is to return this hat to the owner. And be probably Luffy then has like a small smirk, and he actually gets a goal. Because it seems to be king of the world. As Luffy just straight up says, "Fuck king of the pirates. King of the world." And Zoro just gets a small grin saying, "King of the world is going to be the best swordsman to ever exist. The king of the world is going to be the best swordsman to ever exist. So I'll help you with that." So then stands up being courageous and says, "Is the greatest swordsman to ever exist, and the king of the world will also need the greatest sniper to ever exist." Usopp will hold up his slingshot. Sanji's just going to get a small grin as Zeph will actually give him the head nod of approval. Sanji then says, "The king of the world, the best sniper to ever exist, and the best swordsman to ever exist, we need the best cook to ever exist." So, yeah, I guess you guys have me now. As Luffy then says, "How old are you?" As Sanji then says, "I'm 16. Luffy then says, you're not much younger than me." As Luffy then points to a ship outside and says, "Hop on." Sanji then grabs some of his clothing and he hops onto the ship. And Luffy, I'm gonna say, has room for actually. I'm gonna say Luffy installed a few rooms while he was sailing. As Luffy's not dumb in this one, he's actually fairly intelligent for his age. So Luffy has room for Usopp, Zoro. Because I like the rivalry between Sanji and Zoro, Luffy only has room for him, Sanji. Luffy only has room for him, Usopp, and Zoro. So Sanji and Zoro have to share a room. For irony purposes. But what is my phone at? 20%. Ooh. Daily positivity. Right. Pause that and read it if you need to. Um, so yeah. Trots actually end up sailing to Nami's village, and they're not doing anything too impressive. They're just, sailing. They get to village port. And I don't know when they got that giant sea king, but they're not gonna have it right now. Oop, controller fell. Sorry about that. Something fell. So yeah, um, Luffy docks at like the basic port. Then instantly someone comes up saying, "No, turn back. You don't belong here. You shouldn't be here." As they say, as Luffy will say, "Why?" And someone will listen and say, "Arlong's here." Luffy says, Arlong. That sounds familiar." "Oh yeah, the guy with the third highest bounty in the East Blue." She's like, "Yeah, the third." Luffy says, "Yeah, I'm the guy with the highest." As she was like, "Kill Arlong right now. Go over there and kill him." And so everyone in the villager is just like, what's the stranger doing here? And and that's when I forgot the guy's name. Forgot. Fuck. Okay, so every villager would look at Genzo, the mayor slash sheriff of what was it, of Kokuyashi Village, and a Nojiko who's the same age as Luffy will walk up to him and ask what's so special about him. As Genzo will then say he's the man with the highest bounty in the East Blue, which everyone would gasp and ask what for. Luffy then says, "I killed a marine, I killed a few pirates, and I knocked out a few more marines. My brothers by now probably are somewhere in the world with a higher bounty." As he is very wrong, Ace and Sabo are actually setting sail on Blue Jam's old ship, and they are ignoring the route Luffy took, and they're going straight for the red line. As Luffy should not even be in one of the blues, he should be in the Grand Line. So, yeah. Nojiko would blush as she would notice Luffy stares at her boobs, and she sees Sanji staring at it, but yeah, Luffy's kind of just has a perfect grin on his face. So does Sanji. Gonzo would try to correct Luffy on it until Gonzo would throw like a head smack towards Luffy. Realization uses one finger and blocks the punch. So yeah. Right now, Luffy's not like a warlord level fighter, but he's not like, yeah, Luffy would probably like be able to become a warlord, but new plot idea. All right. So yeah, Luffy is actually in like Kokogashi Village, and he's kind of just chilling there after the whole encounter. He's in the bar. Zoro got a taste for sake, so he's drinking some. Sanji is actually in the kitchen berating the chefs as he's making the food. And Usopp's outside with his slingshot. And yeah. And Usopp, with the short time he's been with Luffy, has actually been able to actually gain some muscle mass. And Luffy is actually telling Zoro to train instead of drink sake all day, as Luffy will take Zoro's sake and drink it all. And everyone in the village has hope Luffy can defeat Arlong, so they're giving him food for free. Yeah, at the end of the day, Luffy then says, "Alright, well, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, come on." As Luffy then says, "Usopp, you are going to be at a distance. You are not allowed to enter the arena, or like the area that we're fighting in. As Zoro and Sanji are a lot more qualified than you are." As like Zoro and Sanji, that they actually had to train hard, as Luffy made them train. Like he knows they're kids, so they have to fight. Luffy doesn't know they're to their experience. Zoro's probably the only one qualified to fight. Yeah, Zoro's the only one qualified to fight them. And Zoro's not the same wound for Mihawk, so he would actually be a lot more efficient in fighting. So yeah. As they walk in, they see a just emotionless Luffy, and Nami is there at this time, and she's kind of just sitting sitting next to Arlong, panicking, as she doesn't know what he wants from her. But then she sees a stoic Luffy walk in, as Luffy just takes off his jacket. Zoro will drop his like his kendo, kendo. Well, they're just wooden swords that people traditionally use for sparring. And Zoro will pull out his actual 3 swords. Zoro gets in his onigiri position, as Sanji will lift up one leg and get ready to fight. Arlong says, "Who the hell are you guys?" Until one of his guards panics, says, "Sir, that's the man with the highest bounty in the East Blue." As Arlong's like, Don Krieg? And he says, no. As Luffy just is actually called Straw Hat Luffy. As Luffy will usually just wear a straw hat around his neck, around his waist, or on his head. As Luffy just now wearing it on his head right now. And Arlong's like, "So you come here to beat me?" As Arlong will stand up, and Luffy says, "One more move, I'm breaking your nose. Or I'm breaking your long freakish nose, you fishman." And Arlong thinks this is an insult to all fishmen. No, Luffy's just insulting Arlong. And Arlong's the only one that thinks he's insulting every fisherman. Other fishermen just know that's a direct insult towards Arlong, and that's it. Arlong says, "What are you gonna do about it?" He takes one step, and before he knows it, Luffy's in front of him, and Luffy is colliding his fist with Arlong's nose. And by the time Arlong even can realize anything, his nose is bent a whole new direction. Arlong will instantly just pass out. Well, not pass out, he just falls backwards in shock. As Arlong just sits back up shakily, and Hachi will jump at Luffy until Zoro blocks all sword strikes and says, "Alright, so you die here or you surrender." As Hachi just instantly says, "No, prefer life," as he just bows before Zoro. It's the same guy that Sanji fought. He's a little bit more strong. He's stronger than Sanji by a little bit. But, guys, remember, Usopp is at a distance for assistance. As the other guy, I'm going to say he tried to attack Usopp the first time. Usopp shot a lead ball at the guy Sanji's fighting. Usopp, panicking, just fires a lead ball, a fire star at the guy, and hit the guy in the head as he's burning alive now. Sanji, Luffy, not Usopp or Sanji. Well, yeah, Usopp. Usopp can provide covering fire for Sanji, as Sanji can use basic kicks and beat the guy. Sanji will give a thumbs up to Usopp, and then everyone just sees Luffy just punching around Arlong. And Arlong was like shakily trying to rush at Luffy, and now he's in horror that someone's bringing down Arlong. Like, at one point, Arlong is actually he fell down, and his head is in the water, and his neck is on the curb. Well, the curb, like, kind of the edge. And if any of you have seen any basic, just not horror, but like kind of fights, like on TV, in real life, animations, you can tell Luffy's gonna stomp on Arlong's neck and break it. As Luffy will do that, as the concrete that Arlong's neck is on will just snap at Arlong's neck. So no, it's a little too gruesome. Looks like Luffy pushes Arlong into the water and wraps one arm around Arlong's gills. Arlong's actually just suffocating right now, like underwater slowly. Once he feels Arlong stop moving, Luffy will just remove his arms as Arlong just suffocated, like Arlong's dead now. Nami instantly starts crying and just runs up at an instant and hugs Luffy from behind. Luffy then says, "If you're part of his crew, you aren't safe either." Nami instantly backs up, realizing she has an Arlong pirate tattoo out exposed to everyone. Sanji then says, I can't believe this." As Sanji was turning around, Zoro gets his 3 swords ready as Usopp aims his slingshot at Nami, and Ojiko just says, "No, she was forced into it. Let her live. She's my sister." As Luffy just then says, "Fine." Luffy, not as Luffy, as Ojiko will throw Luffy's jacket, and Luffy puts it back on. And this time Zoro has a gi with the straw hat symbol on the back of it, as Usopp still drew them a flag. And he's not going to call it the Usopp Pirates. He's too young to be captain. He knows this. So yeah. So like Sanji, he has the same say Sanji has like a basic like white button up t-shirt. Sanji has a basic like white button up shirt. And on the back is a straw hat symbol. And Usopp has the same like, shirt and overalls. On the back of Usopp's shirt that's visible is a straw hat symbol. So yeah. It's very honoring to Luffy. As Luffy's walking away, Nami would then just ask if Luffy was basically a good guy, bad guy, Marine. Luffy then says, well, I don't know what I am. As Usopp was then cheer from a distance saying, "You're the king of the world!" Luffy can't help but smile. Well, and everyone in the village has like seen him smirk a bit. Wouldn't they see him like as a genuine Luffy smile? That's like the crew's face. That's like this is how Luffy kill man. This is how Luffy kill man, and now he's just giving the pure smile ever. Yeah. They kind of party in the village for a few days, and at one point, Luffy and Nojiko get alone, and they do some things. That would be Luffy and Nojiko's first time. Alright. Yeah. Rest of the party, Luffy will see Sanji kind of flirting with Nami. She's just failing horribly. Luffy will whisper in Sanji's ear what he just did to Nojiko, and Sanji will pass out. Nami kind of just laughs and blushes, kind of just understanding some of what Luffy said. Luffy then says, According to Arlong, from what he was yelling, or from nonsense he was spouting, you're a navigator, right? As Nami then says, yeah. Luffy then says, hey, get that tattoo removed. You can paint a straw hat on the back of your shirt. You can become my navigator and be protected. Nami instantly just says, I'll do it. As she looks at the doctor, and the doctor says, alright then. And he brings her to like his office, gets her tattoo removed, and her and Nojiko get matching tattoos as Nami's 15. And yeah. Luffy can't, as you know, I age up Nami 1 year, so Nami's 16. Yeah. So Nami gets her tattoo removed, and her and Nojiko get matching tattoos. Yeah. They set sail again the next day, and I believe the next strike would be Loguetown. I don't think Smoker was there yet. 3 years ago. I'm gonna say there's another captain there, and Smoker is just like a apprentice there. He's like a young lieutenant there. He's a lieutenant commander, and Toshiki is his ensign. She's like the captain there's ensign, but she prefers to be Smoker's ensign. But after the whole Arlong thing and Nezumi being there to watch it, yeah, they're very scared, as Luffy basically just killed Arlong. So Luffy killing a man with a 15 million bounty, I believe I said, that would give him, I'm gonna say, gives him a bounty of 50 million. Zoro, being his young apprentice, they would give him a bounty of 10 million, but he is so young, they will give him 3 million. Same with, actually, they don't give Usopp a bounty, even though, actually, they give Usopp, like, a chopper level bounty of, like, 5 berries, like, and only alive, because he's young. Sanji gets a bounty of 2 million, so, yeah. And they give Luffy just a harsher punishment as he's recruiting children onto his crew. So, like they don't even have any special names like Black Lake Sanji or Partner Zoro. It's Roro Noah Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp. But then they have Straw Hat Luffy with a cool epithet. Yeah, right. But Nami, they didn't see her. I'm saying they saw her by Arlong's side, so they kind of like assumed it was like his girlfriend or something until, she ran over to Luffy. So they're assuming, she was Arlong's like pet or something. So they're gonna give her a 30,000 berry bounty from singing her with Arlong. Nami actually tells him about the millions of berries she's been collecting, and the village will let Nami have her millions. So yeah, I need to count how much money that is now. Okay, well, when they leave the island to go to Loguetown, they leave with 882,000 berries. Because Nami had like 93 million like saved up, so yeah. When they get to Loguetown, this time, they're not met with the fake pirate crew. This time they're actually there at the docks. They get off, and they see Marines rush there. Luffy looks at Usopp and Nami and says, "Alright, you two prove your worth." As Luffy then says, "But first, let me make this a little more suitable." As Luffy takes away all their guns by stretching his arm out and taking all of them, Luffy throws them into the ocean and says, "Now prove your worth." As Usopp pulls out three Firebird stars, not Firebird, just basic fire stars, and he shoots them at the guys, at the Marines. Catches a good majority of them on fire. He runs up into an open space, jumps behind them, and shoots out a bunch of caltrops at their head. So he shoots it above them. It hits a roof. They kind of they call out a container and they start hitting the Marines. Nami pulls out a staff and starts hitting Marines left and right. And yeah, after about 10 minutes, Nami and Usopp are sweating. And Nami's about to be slashed in the face until Usopp will actually take a slash to the side of the cheek. It was a very deep one, as it will leave a scar. Luffy just being angry they sent Usopp in there with no thought of what would happen. Luffy instantly jumps at the Marine and slams his head on the ground as hard as he can, which creates a crater that you can visibly see from about 100 feet in the air. Well, if you have good enough observation in your Skypean, you can be like a below average user of observation in Skypean, and then you can visibly see the crater Luffy made. That's the point of it. As the Marine is just dead just from the amount of damage he took to the head. We actually just then pick up a holding in tears Usopp. As Luffy just then says, "Sanji, come here and take Luffy." Not take Luffy. Luffy says, "Alright, Sanji, come here, take Usopp back to the ship, and Nami, just treat his wounds." He says, "Zoro, come on, we're gonna go take care of the rest of these Marines. Sanji, you can join us when you come back." So Nami shares his room with Usopp, because he'd be the least perverted. Luffy, he goes down to the Marine base with Zoro in hand, not in hand basically, just following behind. Sanji will come from behind them and says, "Alright, you ready?" Luffy instantly kicks on the door of the Marine base. As Smoker and Tashigi sit up, Smoker pulls out his baton and jumps at Luffy as he just printed out a wanted poster for him. And Luffy just instantly can feel one side of Sea Stone. So Luffy instantly just takes the Sea Stone in hand. And a little movement he can, he jams it into Smoker's side. Jams it back into Smoker's side. And Smoker does turn into smoke, as Luffy just a stealth user. As Luffy will just jump in the air, Sashigi will throw a slice at him. Well, not throw a slice, she's gonna slice at him. Zoro's gonna just hit on the gut with the hilt and say, "That was a little too easy." That's just Tashigi just passes out. And Luffy then says, "Hey Sanji, I think I will need you to actually kick away his baton each time he tries to hit me with it." Sanji says, I can do that." Sorry if that was really loud. Sanji says, "I can do that." I kind of just blinked out there and I kind of let out a loud noise. I don't know why. It's just weird. So I hear myself, "Mike, I am very sorry. I don't know why I keep doing it." So Luffy is going to jump at Smoker using invisible ornament. Smoker's going to throw a kick. Not kick. Smoker's going to throw a hit at Luffy. Sanji will intercept it as he kicks Smoker's baton away. Luffy will land a successful punch on Smoker's face as it knocks him out. Now the rest of the Marines go by pretty easily as Luffy and Zoro and Sanji beat them to pulps. He's back to the ship to see like Usopp's kind of like holding a Marine in a headlock as the Marine followed him to their ship. And Luffy sees Usopp with another scratch on him. Luffy having none of it will just pierce the Marine through the target. Because the Marine's dead now. Luffy then says, I regret having kids on my crew, but good enough. As Luffy just drags the Marine's body and throws it into the water. He then says, Usopp cleaned up the blood, and yeah, he gives them daily chores. Like he tells, he has Sanji on dishes, he has Zoro on cleaning the deck, he has Nami on cleaning the bedrooms, and he has Usopp on mopping the floors downstairs in the rooms. So that Nami is like in charge of making the beds and everything for everyone. Sanji has like the whole kitchen to himself. And Nami does have her tangerine gardens now, so she can tend to those as well. Plus navigation. This time she knows she can't like fool Luffy by charging him. We're gonna cut to them going up a red line. This time they're not intercepted with a very scarred up Laboon. Or like he has like less scars. He still has some. And Luffy, he sees that, you know, they're probably gonna run into Laboon. And somehow, some mystical way, Luffy actually ends up making a stretchy way. Luffy just ends up jumping off the back of the ship, holding on to himself. He holds himself up with like the help of the red line, and he moves partially move his legs underwater as he puts them up under a ship, and then he'll use a move that kicks his ship over Laboon. He'll fling himself towards and land on his ship as Laboon will turn around. And when Laboon turns around, you know, Crocus had like heard a loud noise. He gets up from his chair, gets out of Laboon's blowhole, and sees Luffy. That's what they're doing is Luffy then just crossing the red line. Luffy then says, we're crossing the red line, and we're getting by, but the whale was in the way. Crocus will then kind of chuckle to himself and say, sorry about Laboon. He wants to get over it as well. Luffy then says, what for? Crocus will say, there's a crew that abandoned Laboon a few years ago, but Laboon won't accept the fact that they died. Luffy says, I'm sorry for your loss to Laboon, as Luffy just turns around. Crocus will then say, there's a group out here trying to kill Laboon for trying to get over the red line. But I'd appreciate if you took care of them before they took care of Laboon. As Crocus had seen some bounty posters for Luffy. Luffy kind of just smile and say, will do. As Luffy then we'll just actually tell Nami to start the ship and go. We'll just remove this what if off. If you guys enjoyed, good day, good night, good afternoon, don't really care. Bye now.